what's the better series? Castlevania 1 through 3, Mega Man 1 through 3, or Ninja Gaiden 1 through 3? And I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that I think Pat and I are gonna agree on this. And so 1, 2, 3 at the same time. Castlevania. Okay. Why? Less reliance on memorization, more reliance on reaction. There's a lot of patterns in Castlevania, but you know, it's frustrating. All of these game series are hard and very difficult, but there's just way less on the memorization. The respawn isn't insane like Ninja Gaiden. And personally, I like the theme of the Castlevania games better too.
It's a cooler theme. I think I love Ninja Gaiden's theme just in terms of, I mean, you're a modern day ninja. I mean, now ninja is almost like a cliche. Back then, it wasn't as much really in the late 80s.
Late 80s, early 90s was the heyday of ninja.
They had American Ninja, I understand that. But in terms of video games, that was the first big ninja game that came out that was replicated by all the other ninja games, you know. But here's something that I think you overlooked that I'm surprised you did, is that the Castlevania games are all varied and different.
I know, yeah.
And how the gameplay is, especially Castlevania 2 versus 1.
The first one is straightforward. The second one is
an adventure game.
Is an adventure game that's fairly open, and then the third one goes back to a mixture kind of the first two.
But they add elements
where it's level based, but you can there's branching paths. And there's multiple characters that you can be. So, I don't know, just bang for your buck in terms of broad variety, in terms of what you get. I feel like the first 3 Castlevania games show you a lot more than Mega Man 1 through 3 and Ninja Gaiden 1 through 3. I, unlike Pat, do like the Mega Man games, and I especially like Mega Man 1 through 3. Ninja Gaiden 1 and 2, I think Ninja Gaiden 3 is a piece of shit.
Well, here's the thing. I joke the Mega Man series, obviously, it's a quality series. Obviously, though, it's a lazy fucking series that they remade the same game 6 times. That's the problem. If Mega Man stopped at 3, I probably wouldn't have an issue. They did the same game 3 times. They barely added anything each time. That's fine. Sure. But they had to keep going, and we did that first marathon. I know it was 3 in the morning, but once I got to Mega Man 4, you couldn't put a gun to my head and tell me what's the difference between Mega Man 4, 5, and 6. I'd have no idea, having not played them before. I'd have no idea what the difference is.
The only real evolution you get in the Mega Mans on the Nintendo are the charge shot, the slide, and
the dumb robot, dog. That's it.
And I mean,
is that enough to justify 6 games in the series?
Right. When you're talking six games in the series, and I think all of those were introduced by the 3rd game.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, you're not looking.
Oh, we got you a slide, and we got you a charge shot, and we got you a dog that you can bounce off of.
You can do other things.
You can fly a little bit, platform on him. I know a little about Mega Man.
He's man's best friend.
I'm gonna beat the first one, the next marathon.
Yeah.
I beat half. Did I beat most of it the first? Yeah. I beat like 3 or 4 levels in the last marathon, I think.
I don't know. I think you're delusional, actually.
I was delusional.
I think you're delusional.
But here's the thing. I love Ninja Gaiden. I love the first Ninja Gaiden game. If the second and third game didn't exist, I wouldn't care.
The story...
I never go and play the second and third game. I really don't.
That's how I feel, too. I mean, the first Ninja Gaiden, I love the art style, the weird, design of the enemies and all that. It's fantastic. But the second one is okay. The third one, I just didn't like how they changed the gameplay up. Now, I mean, we're praising one series for changing up the gameplay, and I'm trashing this one for doing it, but it's because they didn't do it well. I didn't like the change.
Well, they just made it difficult.
Well, they made it really difficult. They took away the isometric view. Not that it mattered. You couldn't ever go in and out. But it was a bit more, if I remember correctly, a bit more free. It was just ridiculous. It was a bit more free roaming. It wasn't quite as straightforward or snappy.
I think they even realized it technically, we're done with this third one. Yeah, the second one the second one came out. Remember, got a lot of buzz because you can have clone guys jumping with you.
Those are fun.
Other than that, though, that's really what all they added.
It's Ninja Gaiden 1 with clones. Yeah.
Yeah. So and they made that one a little bit. I think I don't remember if that one was as hard or a little bit harder. I don't think I ever beat the second one. I probably never beat the second one. I probably got far and never beat it. I beat the first one. There's something to be said for that. But anyway, so yeah, Mega Man. Sorry, you lose just because you're the same game recycled over and over again. Versus Castlevania that had a really awesome theme to it. And yeah, they tried. People give Castlevania 2 shit, but they went out on a limb. The same way Zelda 2 went out on a limb, they did something different. It's like, would you want to see the same movie over and over again, or have one a little bit different and try something different?
I freaking adore Castlevania 2, warts and all.